Doop, doop, doop. There we go. All right, what's going on, boys and girls? So, this is gonna be a long stream. We're gonna be doing a variety of first impressions on games. One of them I wanted to do, but I didn't have time to set up for capture was 35 millimeter, which is kind of a survival horror game. But we'll be looking at SpellMaster the Saga. We'll be looking at Hellborn the Collection, and there was one other game, and I don't remember. Bad Host. Bad Host. I don't even know what to say when it comes to that. Uh, what was the other game? Guntech 2 is the other one that we'll be streaming, which is uh, a side-scrolling shump or shoot 'em up game. So we'll be kind of playing the course on some of these games. So the first one up was we had a SpellMaster, the Saga. Kind of already went into this game a little bit. Not the biggest fan. For a variety of reasons, but we'll get into it and I can show you. So the load times are one thing. Now, obviously this is not being played on Windows. This is being played on Linux. This is being run through Proton, which is running Proton GE, which is whatever the newest version is that I pulled down from Proton Up, QT, and this is being run from an external drive. So I'm taking some of that into consideration with any criticism that I do give when it comes to one particular topic. And that one particular topic is the performance. So I just want to talk graphics. Graphics, there's so much to say about this game, and not a lot good. Um, just just the stutter alone is enough to drive me up a wall. Like the stuttering on this game just it boggles my mind on how this got pushed out. Anyway, all right, there you go. Yay! Okay. So this game is supposed to be like a lot of Piranha Bytes games. So cool. I like Piranha Byte games when they work. And not gonna lie, this game is a heck of a mess. So you have the performance, which in a game like this, even like it's not even so much about fluidity; it's about a stable frame rate because you can adapt to a 30 or 60 or whatever. I just need a stable frame rate. you definitely aren't going to get that with this game. And that is mad infuriating. So my other biggest complaint with this is really the lack of essentially any options in the graphic settings. They're all very categorized, but they're all very generic. You know, as a PC quote unquote gamer, you like to see like, oh, I can control what type of anti-aliasing I have. I can control the bloom and the lighting and all the other kind of stuff. And really, that granular control really isn't there. Low, mid, high. That's what you got for settings in very generic categories. And that is kind of a major bummer to me. And another one of the things that um, the controls aren't the most intuitive, shall we say. Like, I mean, you have, you know, your typical dodge and all the other stuff. But on the same note, some of this stuff is just. And the thing is, like, the camera gets stuck on stuff and just. Let's see, back and right. Like, I don't know, like I said, there's interesting ideas with like the stun mechanic for the kick, not groundbreaking, not anything I haven't seen before, but not horrible. And then there, you know, the combination of magic fluidly within the combos is kind of cool. But there's a lot of stuff that needs to really be fixed. And I'm gonna sound like I'm really down in this game, and it's not the intent, but I also have to be kind of realistic about how I feel about this game, because just the lack of like granular graphics options annoys me. Then that intro to the game is what you get is really hard to not just kind of want to write this game off, and it's not what I want to do because I don't think it's fair. I mean, but I mean, like, you're seeing the same. What you're seeing for performance is what the performance actually is. Like, this is abysmal, and this more than meets the requirements of the game. And it's too bad because this is one of those kind of games that I would love to be able to play on Steam Deck, but I'm not going to be able to if this is performance on Proton. And you know, for me, this is bad. So like, I generically have a rating system, quote unquote, of like bad, not great, which is, low scores, and then you have decent, good, awesome. That's kind of where my rating system sits. This right now is sitting on like the not great portion because there's elements that I can see that the developers were trying to do. And cool, but on the same note, it doesn't give you a blanket pass to have terrible optimization for the game, which frankly this is. Like this is abysmal. Like I just, the performance kills us the entirety of this game. So I've played this a little bit prior, and I already had thoughts on it. So like this isn't like a first impression, but it's to give you guys an idea of why I have the impressions about this game that I do, so you understand where I'm coming from. So the performance is totally god awful. Like this is slideshow god awful. So for those that don't know the system this is on 11th gen i7. It's a 3050 Ti RTX. More than meets the requirements for this game, and this is the performance. And this is on 144 hertz display monitor, captured to a 1080p 60 fps capture card, and it's not a translation issue. This is what I'm seeing on the 144 hertz screen. That's a game problem that needs to be fixed. The reason I don't knock this down to just bad, again, I'm on Proton, so I'm giving leeway there. The developers actually said, "Hey, we heard your feedback, optimization and some fixes, specific fixes." All of those, a couple of days later, according to them, were addressed. I'm still seeing a bunch of issues with performance. So at $25, how this game is in its current state, I can't recommend. This is like every other Piranha Bytes game that ever comes out when it first comes out, like Risen or Elix or any of those type of games. Don't really want to. Just don't. Just don't get it because it's gonna be bad. Wait a while and then come back to it, and you'll probably enjoy it. Uh, so this is definitely a not great scale, and it's on the low end of that segment. Only because I'm giving it a few caveats. Oh, well, that's interesting. Let's see. Hey, look, update. No, we're gonna update this. Let's see how this goes first. Yeah, short. Okay, play. So this is a Linux native game. Uh, this is essentially a Gradius type game. That's its shtick. That's what it goes for. All right. How many players? One. PS4 control. Hey, and even notices it.
Welcome, Captain. Let's start by learning how to steer your ship. Get ready. 3 lives left.
Computer board. That's nice. I do like the
From
3D
the
effect that they
asteroids,
have going on
blast
with
your
this.
way through the asteroid
Save it
field.
for 2 minutes.
Destroying the asteroids is
The
not
asteroid is not
mandatory, but you will
mandatory.
find kind
But you can
rewards
find
inside.
rewards.
Get ready. 3 lives left.
Yeah, found a new alien. Huh, interesting. So that's kind of a cool little effect. Like I like that. This removes enlarged herds and tries to keep this place no matter what. Now for their great economics.
Target practice. Did you blast those asteroids in the previous level? Now. Get ready. 3 lives left.
The thing with power-ups is, unlike games like Gradius and stuff, you know when you die and stuff, you end up losing some of that. Nope. Speaking of dying, still there. You right. So you have 3 lives. So very. So one thing you guys have to worry about though is actually making sure that you complete these tasks fairly quickly, while also trying to get as many collectibles as possible. I didn't even close. I was 10 behind. Damn. Nope, another alien. Sweet. Alright, you earned a reward. There we are.
Trouble ahead. 3 lives left.
So the lighting effects are really nice in this game too. They're not overly done, but like there's that 3D, 2D effect, which is really, really nice. New alien found again. And the fact that I have unlockables, you know, just makes it so you want to keep playing, which is also nice.
Usual attraction. Some force fields are attracting. These are less common, but harder to navigate. Things can get pretty ugly if you are not careful. Let's give it a try. Get ready. 3 lives left.
Okay, so death happens.
2 lives left.
So while I ragged on the first game a bit, this one actually plays nice and smooth. The inertia gameplay mechanic is kind of cool too. So it's not like some of the other old school Gradius games. not stop on a dime or move on a dime. There's inertia, and you have to compensate and predict for that kind of stuff. So that's really cool.
Split decisions. Choose the fastest way out, or harvest some cards.
Oh, dead. Shock express. So the thing I really like about this game, though, is the overall upgradability, the art design. There's not really a lot in the way of like graphics and all that kind of stuff.
Who's playing? 2. How many players will play today? Up to 4.
So like PS4 controller, adventure, normal, continue. That's pretty much what you have. There's really no major graphics options for this game, and that's okay. But for me, the thing I like about this is the art design, the fluidity of the gameplay. It feels nice and smooth. That's a big thing. It's feeling nice and smooth, which this does. And the easeability of the controls is really not that hard. The fact that you can have 4 other players with this is also cool. Game controls required if there are more than one player. Well, no kidding. I guess some people are really weird like that. But for me, these 2 particular games, this is the better of the 2. It's well optimized. It looks good. It doesn't lag. It's native to Linux. SpellMaster, a lot of improvement needed. So, out of these 2, I'm going to recommend Guntech by far.